And we're live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, the Sunday show with your pal RD. Flying solo tonight. Now, I got this camera that's focusing in, unfocusing, and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. But cheers to another beautiful Sunday. Boop. There you go. Having a couple, I put two Pilsners in one of my giant steins that I have that holds about, I would say, almost 36 ounces, but it's got 24 in there. Maybe it's a 30-ounce stein. I don't know. Maybe I should check the limits on these things. Anyway, another beautiful Sunday. So glad to be here. Obviously, I stayed around the house today. It is a soggy day here in North Texas. Just constant, just S falling out of the sky. We got old school wizard in this house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Glad to see you. And I was messing with my camera earlier, and now I'm just like, okay, I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I hit the button. I said, you know what? Let's get after it. So tonight we're going to talk. Went out last night. We're going to talk a little bit about that. I'll play some Golden Tee and some bowling. Then NFL today. Just sat around and watched the games for the most part, and then had a couple beers and went for a little stroll in the drizzle, if you want to call it that. And then got some upcoming events, and we're going to talk about a brewery that's near and dear to our hearts that will be closing on December 2nd. But without further ado, let's talk a little before we get into football. Let's talk about last night. So anyways, family got together, my brother, me, the wives, the sister-in-laws, whatnot. And we went out. We started off at Boomer Jack's, had some beers, kind of feeling lubricated, having some food, having some beers and chilling and relaxing. And we can't just sit there. Right? We can't just sit there, enjoy ourselves. There's a billion games on. We're talking, we're chatting it up, but it's like he always wants to go do something. Always wants to do something. So he's like, there's Golden Tee over there, bro. Let's go play something. You ever played? I go, yeah, I've played it before. He goes, oh, man, I'm going to kick your ass. He's always real competitive. I don't know. He's the younger brother, but he's super competitive. I don't know what his deal is. So anyways, we go over there, and he learns very quickly that I've played this game before because I'm putting like backspin and release on the ball. I'm taking different angles towards the greens and stuff. And anyways, then he gets pissed off. The game sucks, blah, 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 and he loses. And he's like, let's go bowling, bro. Let's go over there and go bowling. It's like, dude, my hands are killing me. So if you don't know this about me, my hands, they get super dry. They crack and bleed. Then they go almost numb. So I got these, like, I don't know. They almost go like numb at the end. And I can't feel anything. You know what I mean? I can't grip anything. Everything's super slick. Like I can't even take a paper off a straw without it like hurting or bothering me. I have to like tear it and then pull it off. So anyways, after all that, then we go bowling. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God. And I think I was already like liquored up a little bit. So I'm like humming this 14-pound ball down the lane. Just like I don't know how it didn't go through the back of the damn the lane. If it didn't hit anything, it was going boom. So we had fun. They ended up shutting down early because they had a plumbing problem. So I'm like looking at my brother, I'm like, what the hell did you do? Because I mean, he disappeared for a little bit. It was either him or Lizzie. I can't remember. And but yeah, I ended up done with that. What's up, Lizzie? How you doing? And so we sitting there, like I said, we were bowling and having a fun time. My hands are killing me. I woke up the next morning. I asked Lizzie, I go, did we like fucking car wreck last night? My shoulders and my back, everything was hurting, and like my neck. And so apparently me chunking that ball as hard as I could I got hurt. I hurt myself. So now my neck and my shoulders, I already kind of had problems. I had a dirt bike accident when I was like 25 or 26 years old, maybe 28, where I shot off my bike like 30 feet in the air and landed head first into like a hole. And like my whole spine like cracked. Like it just went, it was crazy as shit, it was bonkers, to be honest with you. So I never really felt right around where my neck and my shoulders meet. It's always been, there's some numb and some tingliness every so often. So it is what it is. Anyway, so after we get done with that, we get home, we sleep in. I sleep in the entire freaking Saturday. I wake up, get coffee, go back to bed. Wake up, get breakfast, go back to bed. Wake up, grab some lunch, go back to bed. I laid in bed until like 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. I finally got up, took a shower. I watched Scrooged while I was in bed as well. So that was a highlight of my day. And then I watched Buster Scruggs, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I don't know if y'all seen that. It's weird. It's like 6 different short stories. The first one's the best. Everything else is just kind of like, whatever. But holy hell, I was like just intrigued. It came out like in 2019, 2020 maybe. maybe 21. I don't know. But anyways, it was wild. It was on Netflix. So I watched that and then played some Rocket League and then called it a night. Thought about streaming, didn't stream. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I don't feel like it. And Lizzie was like, I'm surprised you weren't streaming. I was like, well, you didn't get the notification. So, I wasn't. I was out cold. I was out when she got home. I just noticed that I can always sense evil when it enters the room. And so that's how I knew when she got home, you know? Anyway, yeah. I don't know if anybody watched the games today. There was a ton of teams on bye week, and we know what? We're actually going to go through the NFL now. I'm waiting for her to come in here and hit me. There's going to be there's going to be like a freaking sandal go right by my head in a minute. Oh, come on, babe. Anyways, NFL Week 11, here we go. There's 4 teams on bye weeks. This probably affected your team just due to the teams that were involved. Falcons, Colts, Patriots, and Saints. I had to bench Jonathan Taylor and Kamara this week. I don't have anybody from the Patriots. Falcons, if you're a Bijan guy or or even Algier at this point, So this is a weird part. I'm going to say this now. There's no teams on bye week next week on the 12th. It's short week. It's holiday week. You know what I mean? So they need all hands on deck. Week 13, though, the Ravens, Bills, Bears, Raiders, Vikings, and Giants. It's too late in the season for this crap. Like, seriously, it's too late to be having this bonker ass stuff. Nobody just figure it out, man. Why does some weeks we have like 2 teams on bye weeks and sometimes we have 5 or 6 and it's not great? I don't like it at all. And it really affects my fantasy football team. And that's all that matters to me. Now, what we're going to do is go down the list. We're going to talk about all the games just like we always do. I do have to come in and refresh some of these stats because some of these games weren't over when I refreshed earlier. So just, if you see me, you wonder what the hell I'm doing, I'm clicking away. Here we go. Are we ready? Let's get into it. The Cincinnati Bengals come down from the jungle to go to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. You all know what happened. Joe Burrow got hurt. He's out for the season with a wrist injury. He's got to have surgery. Serious. I said it last week when the season was over, when they lost to the Texans. It's over now, officially. No question about it. Baltimore Ravens are actually looking really damn good. It was going to be a really nice game. Baltimore won 34-20. And I was like, hey, here we go. A little bit of a shootout. Should be a lot of fun. Burrow tossed a touchdown, tossed 100 yards too. Mixon led the team in rushing with 69 yards. Tanner Hudson led the team in receiving, 4 for 49. Jamar Chase caught 2 balls for 12 yards. That's not going to get it done. He's your best player. I understand him. Mixon even caught 5 for 31. So Trent Irwin, picked 3 up as well. So, with that team in kind of disarray, if you're looking, I just traded for Jamar Chase because we're in a league where we get to have a keeper. And the team that I have, I don't like any of them. So I went ahead and made an offer. I traded Flowers, Lockett, and Kincaid for Pickens and Jamar Chase. I really didn't want to even use that many players. I was like, I think we can get this done with 2, but I was kind of helping. He's a friend of mine too. So I was like, all right, let me get you. He lost. It's going to come back and bite me. I know it is. He lost, what's his name from Baltimore. What the hell is his name? Andrews, and I lost him in the league. So he's done for the season too. Let's not forget about that. They rolled up and they said it's potentially season ending. It looks season ending. They already talked about how it's season ending. So whatever. I'm considering it season ending. Lamar Jackson had 264 yards, or tossing 264 yards with 2 touchdowns. Gus the Bus Edwards ran 2 more in. The guy is a menace. He goes from like having no relevancy to boom, all of a sudden. But Lamar Jackson was the number 2 guy there, 54 yards rushing. Odell Beckham had himself a night, 4 for 116. Nelson Aguilar cut a touchdown, and so did Rashad Bateman. So that's really it for that game. That game, it hurt my heart, to be honest with you. But I was already kind of thinking, I was like, well, it's tough to go to the Super Bowl, then go back to the AFC Championship game, and then go back for 3 years in a row. They could have done it, but now it's over. You know what I mean? Like now it's not possible without Burrow. When Burrow's hurt, then that's what it is. The Pittsburgh Steelers go over to Cleveland and take on those Browns. Browns held on. It was a sloppy, boring ass game, to be honest with you. 13-10, not a lot of action. There was some amazing plays, like Jaylen Warren rushed for 129 yards and a touchdown. I think 84 of that, or 79. It was 79 or 84 was one rush. It was amazing. Way downtown, man. Just freaking trucking it. Najee Harris only ran for 35 yards. Pickens caught 4 for 38. Allen Robinson, 3 for 20. Jalen Warren tacked on another 3 catches, 3 for 16. And let's head on over to the Browns. Dorian Thompson Robinson, the law firm, had 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 165 yards. Jerome Ford punched one in from the goal line. Some people said he wasn't in. I was like, he was in. He totally looked in. Ball across the line. Watch your mouth. Elijah Moore, 6 for 60, which was really good. Amari Cooper actually got 4 for 34. David Njoku showing up, little 7 for 56 action. That was real respectable, and he hasn't done much lately. So there you go. Browns are right there on the hunt, but with no quarterback, I got a problem, or they have a problem. Booze and Chill in the house. What up? How we doing? Cheers. Oh, man. So, I mean, the Browns are picking off kind of terrible teams, and Pittsburgh's not even a bad team this year. I think Pittsburgh's done just fine. Fine and dandy. They're holding on. They're holding their own, but, put up 10 points against the Browns. Now, Browns do have a number one overall defense. So, yeah, cheers. Coach, I appreciate you coming in here. I appreciate you. Absolutely. And so moving on, this was kind of a skull scratcher, a little scalp scratcher, if you want to talk about the Raiders heading over to Miami to take on the Dolphins. The Dolphins have been a powerhouse and they're really good against bad teams, but Vegas Raiders are not a great team. They swapped out their GM, their coach, and all that kind of stuff. So they're kind of revamping, but buddy, they weren't ready, and the Dolphins should have creamed them, and they had a chance. It was just it got ugly. Aiden O'Connell threw like 3 interceptions, but he had a touchdown. Congratulations, rushing yards. Josh Jacobs had 39 total. Trey Tucker had -6 yards. It was like I think it was one of those stupid jet sweeps, and he got eaten up. Devontae Adams makes a nice little day about it. 7 receptions for 82 yards and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers 449. Michael Mayer 446. Heading over to the Dolphins. My goodness, I hope you watched it. I really do hope you caught this game because Tyreek Hill is fast as F. Threw 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 325 yards. Raheem Mostert led the day, 22 carries for 86 yards. I mean, absolutely killed it. A-Chain only he had 1 carry for 1 yard. That was it. Yep. Got to put this out there. I'm not a sports guy, but you drink beer, and that's cool. I appreciate it. I was sitting there watching your channel, dude, and I was like, we need to get on, we'll have you on or something like that on one of our live shows on Wednesday nights. We usually go live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That's our regular show time. Because I like all the content you have out there, all these cool beer reviews and the chats and stuff like that. You go live as well. We'd love to have you on and just kind of sit there and chill. We're live Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if that's a time, at work, maybe we can message one another and hook up. Maybe even coordinate the beer or something like that as well. But yeah, so Dolphins. I mean, Tyreek Hill had 146 yards on 10 catches and a touchdown. Ahmed had 3 for 25 and a TD. Waddle just still hadn't found the end zone. He has not found it. He didn't find it again today. 4 for 55. I'm not saying he's a bust, but man, I really thought Waddle was going to have a hell of a year, to be honest. Dude, definitely. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Absolutely. Yeah, this is just a Sunday show after I watch some football. I'm like, let me sit down for a little bit. I talk about like the shenanigans I get into on the weekend, upcoming events, the preview to the show this week. And then, but yeah, I run through some stats and whatnot. Of course, I got TJ just texted, goes, bro, how the F is Zach Wilson still in the NFL? I'm like, well, he got benched. So he's, I don't know. I don't see him being a starter for much longer. All right, here you go. Chicago Bears, the Bears go to Detroit to take on the Lions. This was a weird, wacky game, to be honest. The Lions trailed most of this game, and the Bears are not good, right? You've heard it from Allen, right? The Bears suck. That's all he says. The Bears sucks. The Bears were beating the piss out of the Lions the entire game, right? I mean, just really handling them. But I shouldn't say the entire game, because I'll be honest, it was 14-10 in the second, at the end of the half, right? Then the Bears come out and score 10. Then they 6 in the fourth, but then the Lions come back, score 17 in the fourth, and walk off with the win there. Justin Fields tossed 1 touchdown and 169 yards. He was dangerous on the ground. He 18 carries for 104 yards. Khalil Herbert, I didn't hear much about him. 16 carries for 35. That was it. Every time I turn on the damn television, it was Roschon Johnson or Deontay Foreman. Deontay Foreman got the touchdown. Now, DJ Moore, 7 for 96 and a touchdown, which, oh, man, I thought he was going to get another one, too. I was so excited. I was like, come on, baby. But, yeah, they just fall short. Now, the Lions, Jared Goff had a tough day. He threw 3 interceptions against a terrible Bears. So, 3 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Montgomery rushed one in. So did Jahmyr Gibbs. Montgomery was the lead back today for 76 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 for 77 and a touchdown. Jameson Williams, 2 for 44 and a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, pretty good in receiving area. He went 6 for 55. So, but the game itself, I was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, if I hear one more person tell me that the Lions are good, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because if you damn near lose to a terrible team, you're not good. You know what I mean? You're barely the Dallas Cowboys at this part. And you're going to find out if you're as good as the Cowboys come December. So start playing some teams and start playing well, because that is sloppy. 3 interceptions against the Bears. 3 interceptions. I don't get it. Everybody still talks about how, I think it's just their record. I think they're 8-2. They've played a bunch of nobodies. I think everyone still harps on the fact that they beat the Chiefs week 1. Chiefs didn't have Kelsey. Chiefs didn't have Chris Jones. They looked off anyways, but and I think it the referees that won that game. I think it was the referees that won that game. I forgot about that. So anyway, yeah, no, I don't believe, this is one team that I don't believe in, and I don't care. Moving on, Tennessee Titans went to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. It was Jaguars all day, 34-14. Will Levis threw 2 touchdowns though. Derrick Henry had 38 rushing yards. So did Chris Moore. He had 38 as well. But Chris Moore had 38 on 1 rush. Derrick Henry had 38 on 10 rushes. DeAndre Hopkins hauled in an amazing touchdown. Jeffrey Simmons caught a touchdown as well. Not much offense. I mean, Levis is getting a little bit better. He's under pressure constantly. He was sacked, beat up, everything else today. Trevor Lawrence looked pretty good. He had 2 touchdowns. He ran 2 of them in, and then he threw 2 to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley had a hell of a day, 7 for 103, 2 touchdowns, like I said. Travis Etienne ran for 52 yards. He led the backfield. Christian Kirk only went for 48 yards on 3 catches. And but yeah, no, it was a fun game to watch. It was 8 early games on the red zone, so you just got to sit there and chill and watch and just enjoy the afternoon, right? It was awesome. Damn, I almost choking on my beer over here. All right. Then we start getting to the afternoon games. Chargers versus the Green Bay. Was that an early game? Might have been an early game. Yeah. I think so. I don't know. Anyways, Chargers, Green Bay. This was an S show, to be honest. Herbert threw 2 touchdowns for 260 yards. He ran for a 73 yards, which was crazy. Austin Eckler only ran for 64 yards. Keenan Allen got a touchdown. Should have had another. He's crossing the goal line. The sun's in his eyes, and it hits him right in the chest, and it just bounces right off. Just poof. Parham only got 4 for 57. He should have got a touchdown as well. Stone Smart actually got the touchdown. He went for 50-yard touchdown. Caught 1 ball, made it 51 yards. Made it count. Excuse me. Jordan Love, 322 yards and 2 TDs. Jalen Reed caught one of those, or actually, excuse me, Jalen Reed ran one of those in. He had 3 carries for 46 yards as a receiver, which is really weird. Romeo Doubs had a touchdown along with Christian Watson. Dontavian Wicks led the team in not receptions, but total yards, 91. When I say total yards, I mean receiving yards. But Romeo Doubs was 5 for 53. It was a pretty good little fun day. You're sitting there watching so many errors, drops. Like, you're looking at the Chargers. I think they're like the most disappointing team in the league this year. Like, the expectation, the talent, and everything that was there in the preseason, they are not performing where they should be, like, at all. They had the lead. They had to lead the entire freaking game, damn near, and then just coughed it up. I mean, to the Green Bay Packers. Jesus, it was ridiculous. It was painful to watch. Like, I was like, God, damn it, just change it to something else. Just get off of this game. It sucks. Then you had Arizona Cardinals went to Houston. Did I say who won that? It's 20-23. Green Bay Packers win. All right, moving on to Cardinals and Texans, 16-21. Now, the Cardinals got Kyler Murray back. Yeah, let's see it. Kyler Murray had 214 yards, 1 touchdown, and an interception. If you're watching the game, he's getting a lot of balls batted down. I mean, he's like 5 foot tall. He can't throw it over the damn defensive line. If they don't even have to put their hands up for the most part, shit. I mean, he'll hit him in the damn head. James Conner had 62 yards. Kyler Murray rushed one in, threw one to Rondale Moore. Now, that was a pretty sweet catch. I thought it was pretty good. I really thought that was going to ignite it. I go, here they come. I go, it's going to be awesome. But, with Houston, with CJ Stroud, he was looking Good in the first half, terrible in the second half. He threw for 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It was kind of wild. Now, Devin Singletary had another great week, 22 carries. Talking about the Chargers QB, Kurt Russell has an arm too. Who the hell's Kurt Russell? Like the actor? Talking about the Chargers QB, I got you. I don't get Herbert. Like I'll be honest with you, dude. I don't get Herbert. Damn it, he should. They should be doing so much better. Anyways, Houston keeps the winning streak going, 21-16. And like I said, he fell apart towards the end. It was rough watching. But like I said, Singletary, 112 yards and a touchdown. And then you had Tank Dell, 8 for 149 and a touchdown. Dalton Short scored 1 as well. So a lot of action, a lot of fun. But it was a nail biter. No one scored in the fourth quarter. Like they just all of a sudden, no one could do anything. Oh, I got you. Sorry, I'm weird. I got you. Houston wins again. CJ Stroud was on pace, I think, for like 500 yards at the half, and it just fell off. So it was fun to watch at the beginning. And then it's like, all right, this sucks. It's like, bunch of like everybody just hand slapping one another, Let me take a sip. Next up, we got Dallas Cowboys heading to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Every time they get a chance to play a very terrible team, they show up and play. It was actually really close until like the second half, to be honest. It was tied at one point. In the third quarter, it was tied. Oh no, I'm sorry. No. It was 10-17. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 10-17, and then Cowboys score like 16. Prescott threw 2 touchdowns, 183 yards. Tony Pollard, 61 yards and 1 touchdown. Cooper Rush into the game for a little bit just to finish it off. CeeDee Lamb, 6 for 38 and a touchdown. Brandon Cooks, he led the team in receiving yards, 42. Luke Schoonmaker had a touchdown as well. I mean, there was a pick six. Was it Bland? I think Bland had a pick six. Yep, Darren Bland. He had an interception, a little pick six action. So there was Cowboys had a lot of good things about this game, but then again, they're playing a terrible team, right? They're playing a team that has their one win. Let's be honest, and Bryce Young has not shined yet. 123 yards, 1 touchdown, and interception. Chuba Hubbard looked good. 10 for 57 on the ground. Miles Sanders had 50 yards as well. Tommy Tremble had the touchdown receiving that Bryce threw to him. Adam Thielen led the team, 8 for 74. Good. Great. There's really nothing to write. Is anybody surprised at this game? No. It's the 1-9 Carolina Panthers. Are you planning the parade again? You beat another terrible team. Don't care. Beat somebody. You know what I mean? Until if you don't play anybody, what's up, Cletus? Your schedule gets slightly more difficult in the upcoming weeks, but Jesus Christ, you don't play nobody. Here is, I think, the upset of the week. This is one of the craziest effing games. The Giants beat the Commanders in Washington, 31-19. DeVito showed up, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. Saquon, at first you're like, oh man, this guy's, he's not having a good day rushing, you know what I mean? But he ends up putting up 83 yards. But check this, 2 touchdowns in the air, 4 for 57. I was like, holy shit. And Darius Slayton caught 1. He went 4 for 82, and he caught a touchdown as well. I was just shocked the entire time. I was like, holy shit. It's like, because the Commanders were like a heavy favorite here. I mean, the Giants are terrible, like terrible. But I think it really does show how awful the Commanders are as well. Like the NFC East is just half of them are good, half of them are not good, right? The Cowboys are okay. The Eagles are good. Giants and Washington are just not good. But we'll see. We'll see. DeVito's finding his feet. I mean, that's one thing you can say about DeVito, right? He's just a kid, rookie, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. And now he's finally getting some what's drinking. I'm having a Pilsner from a local brewery around here. Brutal Beer Works. Yep. That's my go-to beer. Pilsners and Kolsch's. Those are my favorite. But when you get further into the wintertime, stouts and porters, but they just got there's too much sugar in them and too many like carbs and shit. So I try to stay away from them, especially if it's like a day where I'm sitting out here and I'm like knocking back, maintaining throughout the day. You might be out back working on something or in the house working on a project or whatever. And I just like want to just steady sipper. It's going to be a Pilsner or a Kolsch. Easy drinking, clean, nothing too heavy. The ABV is always right there in the sweet spot. Then, all right. This is not a shocker. Tampa Bay lost the Niners 14-27. Baker Mayfield tried. He had 246 yards, a touchdown, interception. Rashad White had 9 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Evans had a beautiful snag. He went 5 for 43 and a touchdown. And that was pretty much it for the Bucs. They tried. I mean, they had chances, like a lot of chances. Brock Purdy threw for 333 yards, 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey ran for 78 yards. Brandon Ayuk had a hell of a day, 5 receptions for 156 yards, a touchdown. George Kittle, 8 for 89 and a touchdown. Deebo Samuel had 3 for 63, and then Christian McCaffrey clocked in another 5 for 25 and a touchdown. Really good stuff. Because I remembered, like, so I'm on this, was it Underdog or something like that? It's a fun little app. It's, they call it fantasy football, but all you're doing is prop betting. Like, I don't know how they get away with it calling it fantasy football, but it's fun. Let me refresh this one real quick. I think this game is over now. Now they're still in the fourth quarter, so we must be going too fast. The Jets, I mean, it's over. It's been over for a while now. Jets, they pretty much lost 32-6 right now against the Buffalo Bills. Zach Wilson's he's been pulled. I'm pretty sure they've already had 2 other people throw passes. Tim Boyle was in there the last time I checked. They said Thomas Morstead threw 1. So just a terrible shit show of a day. They're terrible. Like, Brees Hall had a touchdown, receiving 5 for 50. Yeah, they are, I think, not the most disappointing team in the league, but they are pretty awful. Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns and interception for 275 yards. James Cook, 73 yards on the ground. Khalil Shakir, 3 for 115 and a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 6 for 46, no touchdown. James Cook, 3 for 29 and a touchdown. Accidentally drank invisible ink. Now I'm in the hospital waiting to be seen. Billy Joe. And this week's dad joke is brought to you by JB Carts. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram and at jbcarts.com. There you go. I was actually hanging out with JB last night. Oh, so this game's pretty much over. I mean, no one really cares. Let me see the other. Oh, we got a late upset. Seattle getting beat by the Rams, 17-16. Now, let's be fair. Geno Smith went out in like the third quarter, I think. I think it was like the late third quarter. So then you put Drew Lock in. He ain't doing shit. So once that happened, it was over. DK Metcalf had 94 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 5 for 51. No touchdown. And Drew Lock sucks. I mean, you give him a chance maybe to warm up, little game plan maybe. But, yeah, Matt Stafford didn't look good either. 190 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Royce Freeman led the groundwork. I mean, pretty much all of it, essentially. 17 for 73. Now, they did give the ball to Darrell Henderson. He had 6 carries in 1 fucking yard. Excuse the language. They put him on the 1-yard line, and he scores the touchdown. 6 carries, 1 yard. Puka, 5 receptions for 70 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp only had 1 reception for 11 yards. Is that not insane? That's bonkers, man. That's just shit you can't even make up. Tonight's game, the 7:20 game, which will be going down in about 30 minutes. Got the Minnesota Vikings at Denver Broncos. I'm pretty sure the Broncos are the favorite here, even though they're 4-5 and the Minnesota Vikings are 6-4. It's pretty much a toss-up, though. I really like the way both these teams are playing. You actually are. I think you're in store for a pretty fun Sunday night game. I think so. Both defenses are middle of the road. So there's going to be some offense. The Broncos have beaten the Bills and the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure, the back-to-back games over the last 2 weeks. And the Vikings are on a roll, like a 4-game winning streak. So watch out. It's going to be fun. And in the Monday night game, it's Super Bowl revisited. It's the Eagles and the Chiefs. Watch out. Let's see it. This might be a preview for the Super Bowl again this year. If the Chiefs can get back there, I don't think the Eagles are going to have too much difficulty reaching the Super Bowl. There's not really a NFC team that kind of gets in their way. We're going to talk about the NFC standings and the AFC standings. Now, the AFC standings won't be complete because the Bills are still playing, but I don't think they move up or down depending on anything. So, excuse me. All right, let's do it. Let's go. You want to do NFC or AFC first? Let's do NFC first. Make sure that I got that clicked there. All right. Let's start with the NFC least. Eagles 8-1, Cowboys 7-3, Commanders 4-7, Giants 3-8. Again, for me, I don't see any. If the Eagles lose Monday to the Chiefs, and the Cowboys are now within like a game, depending on, the Eagles have a tough schedule. Their next 5 or 6 games are tough. The Cowboys' next 5 or 6 games are soft. Cowboys could somehow squeak out the division win. But I mean, both teams I think are going to make the playoffs. I don't see any issue with that. And now, when I did say the Eagles, I was like, oh yeah, no one's going to challenge them. Let me walk that back a half step because we're going to talk about the NFC East now. The Niners are back on the winning path, 7-3. Seahawks are 6-4. Rams 4-6. Cardinals 2-9. Seahawks losing, depending on the extent of what the hell's his name? Oh my God, Geno Smith. Depending on his injury, the Seahawks might be done for the year, right? They're not going anywhere with Drew Lock. They could finish behind the Rams at this point. Hell, behind the Cardinals. But Niners are back on track, back-to-back wins, must wins after doing a 3-game losing streak before their bye week. Give me the Niners to win this division. Probably going to win the NFC, to be honest with you. Now let's move on to the NFC North. The Lions 8-2, Vikings 6-4, Packers 4-6, and the Bears 3-8. Let's just say this. This division has been reignited with the Vikings getting Dobbs as their quarterback, right? Kirk Cousins going down. They go get Dobbs. Bing, bang, boom. All of a sudden, they're on fire again. The Lions are at 8-2, but I just don't see it, to be honest. I don't really care. I just don't think they're going to beat anybody. And we can take a look at their schedule if you want. I mean, I'm sitting here with nothing to do. They do have a super soft schedule. They're hosting the Packers next week on Thanksgiving. Then they got to play the Saints, which is not a great team. Then they got to go to the Chicago and play the Bears, which suck. You host the Broncos, but if the Broncos are on fire, watch out. Then they got to go to the Minnesota. They got to play Minnesota twice in the last 3 weeks of the year. Then they got to go to Cowboys. So the last 3 games is going to be their test. The next 4 are all layups, I think. So you're about to find out what they're actually made of. And then even if they're made of anything, no one cares because they're not going to get past the Niners or the Eagles. Like, am I crazy saying that? I'm not crazy saying that. Hell, I don't even think they're going to beat the Cowboys. Oh, no. NFC South, the worst division in this conference. Saints 5-5, Falcons 4-6, Bucks 4-6, Panthers 1-9. I say it every single week. This division sucks. Or this division sucks. The NFC South is the worst, like the absolute worst. No one in this division is going anywhere. Nowhere. All right, moving on over to the AFC. I'm going to refresh this one more time just to see if the Bills have updated. Is that game over? Let me check. There we go. Final. All right, good. Yep. All right, so it's been updated. Excuse me. The AFC East, Dolphins 7-3, Bills 6-5, Jets 4-6, Patriots 2-8. All right, Jets and Patriots, they're not a threat to anybody. The Bills turned it on against the Jets. What can they do against a good team? They just lost to the Broncos. So what do you – I don't know who wants to win this division because the Dolphins can't beat a good team. The Bills are like so middle of the road sometimes, but then can just hang 40 or 30 on like a good defense. The Jets have a good defense. They just have a terrible offense. Terrible offense. So I don't know who's going to win that division. It's one of those two teams, obviously. AFC West, back in shambles, if you want to call it that. The Chiefs are 7-2, Raiders 5-6, Broncos 4-5, Chargers 4-6. Looking at it, obviously the Chiefs are probably going to win this, right? The Broncos have surged or turning it around. The Chargers are floundering. I don't know. Can the Broncos make a run and push at the Chiefs at all? Maybe. It's a long shot. But there's a chance there. But Chiefs should win this division. AFC North, one of the toughest damn divisions there is. The Ravens 8-3, Browns 7-3, Steelers 6-4, Bengals 5-5. As I said earlier, the Bengals are no longer a threat. Joe Burrow's done for the year. It's going to be a toss-up between, I think, the Ravens and the Browns. But depending on how long Rub and Tug is out, I see the Ravens running away with this. The Steelers can't keep up. They'll be close. The Jets suck. You damn right they suck, TJ. Jets suck. I feel you, brother. How about them Rub and Tugs? I need a bit of a rub down here this tonight, to be honest. God, damn, my shoulders are killing me. But Ravens should handle business. I don't think the Steelers have enough power to take on or take over the Ravens. So give me the Ravens out of this conference. As I said again, the Bengals are done. The Browns, if they get Rub and Tug back, maybe. But and then the AFC South, it's getting a little interesting in the AFC South. The Jags are 7-3, Texans 6-4, Colts 5-5, Titans 3-7. The Texans, come here, I'll rub it down, big boy. You take it easy. Just calm down over there. Calm down. I see the Texans making kind of a run at it, to be honest. I really do. I think they can actually do some damage. Um, it's going to be an interesting into this season, to be honest. I don't Jags, sometimes they score 30, sometimes they score 3. Texans have been on fire lately. Um, you know, they held on against the Cardinals. The Cardinals tried. They tried their damnedest to get them, but couldn't do it. So yeah, give me the Jags or the Texans on this. Colts, I don't know how they're going to do. Pop that, bro. No clue what's going on, but it seems very legit. Appreciate it. Thank you. So that's it for the NFL. Real quick, we're gonna we got Drinksgiving coming up this Thursday or this Wednesday. So we are gonna do something a little bit different. We are gonna be, let's see, maybe I'll take it easy at first, maybe just a tip. I got you. This Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. It'll be real relaxed. I don't know how long we'll go for, but we're not going to do what we normally do for Drinksgiving. Drinksgiving generally lasts hours and hours on end. We'll generally be live on through from like 7 to midnight, if not longer. But going to take a little bit of easy this year, just because we're going to, Alan's not Ubering over and not Ubering back. He's going to drive. So we're going to hang out. And I got to go to the Cowboy game on Thursday with Lizzie. So I'm not trying to be all hungover and just hating life like I do almost every damn Thanksgiving. It gets out of hand. So we'll have some beers. We're going to do the beer miss exchange. So we'll have 6 beers each. And this will end the beer miss. Well, it's not even the exchange at this point. We're putting beers in the pool, and then we're going to have the draft essentially the following week. So the week after Thanksgiving, we'll put all, how many beers do we got in this damn thing? 50. We'll have 50 beers, and we'll go one by one and pick our beers, and whichever one we want, round by round. And then we'll talk about, I'm off Wednesday. I'll be good and sauced in the chat. DJ, you can come over if you want. I mean, it's up to you. I don't know. We're just going to kind of be hanging out. I think Lizzie's dad might be moved in by then. So we'll have to we'll probably be able to get a couple hours in, and then we'll be going out back. We'll have a fire like we did last week. We'll have some music and shit like that and chill and enjoy ourselves and whatnot. But yeah, if you're not part of Beer Miss, this is something we tell, people you can do with your friends. And also, to make it real simple, hell, Shiner puts out a 24 pack? A 24 pack of 2 beers each. You and your friend can go halvesies on it and just have 1 beer each. It lasts 12, you'll have 12 each. We do 24 beers, and then on Christmas, 24 beers each. And then on Christmas Day, we'll have You'll Shoot Your Eye Out by Carbox. So the beers range from Pilsners, Kolsch's, Stouts, Porters, IPAs, hazy IPAs, milk stouts, all kinds of beers. This past week, I went a little bit more on the seasonal beers for Christmas and Christmas themed. I'll do the same this week, just because, the first couple weeks were just beers that I know that he'll enjoy or I'll enjoy no matter what we get. But I definitely want some Christmas beers in there. And but yeah, they're all on the floor, and they're not, I'll say this, they're not all local breweries. Some of them are national, some of them are international. I have a damn Peruvian beer down there because I was like, you know what? I want to mix some action in. It's a time of the year to venture out there, have some fun and whatnot. So, but here's on a little note. We're going to talk more about this on Wednesday, but excuse me, our friends over at Brutal Beer Works, Eric posted a video today, and they are officially closing. Brutal Beer Works is closing on December 2nd, which, we think about how far back we go with them, our relationship with them. It's been about 5 years. We were there the day they opened. We actually, we were already a podcast for, I think, like 5 months or something like that. And we became good friends with them. We did our first live show, like on location at Brutal Beer Works, and we were there for every Brutal Fest they had. We were set up. We'd interview everybody. We were sitting out there. They were such great hosts. They were such great dudes. And their wives, their employees. We've never had a bad experience out there. Now, I've had bad experiences, but it's because I drank too much, had a little too much fun. And then, I wake up next day like, Jesus Christ, what was I doing? But, you think about the fundraising we've done with them. We brewed a beer with them. Show you real quick. Someone asked, Booze and Chills asked what I was drinking. Here's what I'm drinking. So it's Yeah, it's called your. So that's our name of that's our slogan for our podcast. Your least favorite podcast, right? So we named it your least favorite beer. This was a dry hop pilsner, and it was freaking amazing. It was freaking awesome. So, um, it's sad to see another brewery close down in the Metroplex, because it's like, it seems like now there's one like every month. But I'll tell you something that really pisses me off. This is annoyed the shit out of me, and I'll probably get fired up about it on Wednesday as well. It's like he made this post, interaction through the effing roof, like over 100 plus, interactions, 1,000 views on the video, comments. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this and that or whatever. But I'm like, you didn't give a shit 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? You didn't like the post 2 weeks ago. They were like, hey, we're doing $4 beers, or we got trivia, or we got, this and that. 984 Entertainment's going to be out here. We got a special event. We got, sales or specials and all this kind of shit. And like, you didn't give a shit then. But now you care. I understand that everybody can't go to all these breweries. I don't make it out to Brutal as often as I should, but I live 40 minutes away. So I used to roll out there like every other week. But Alan lives down the damn street. He goes there, picks up the beer, brings it back over here, and then we do our beer reviews. And I understand, like I said, everyone you can't go everywhere to support everyone. I got it. We tried it, we did it during the pandemic, driving all over Dallas, Fort Worth, picking up a case of beer here and here and here. You eventually start liking the places you want to, you go to places that you like. You like the beer, you like the atmosphere and everything like that. And I get it. But don't be like, oh, if you didn't give a shit enough before, but don't be there at the end. It's really sad. Like, Alan went over there today, was talking to Eric, had a couple beers. They invited us over for December 2nd, Saturday. So I think that we're going to be out there. I don't know if they're going to try to do a little sayonara sign off thing, but I'll bring the gear. We'll go live. Crack Jack in the house. What up? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Your least favorite beer? Yeah, I know, right? I mean, we are your least favorite podcast. That's what our tagline is. It's it's on all our stickers and all our shit and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm doing good, buddy. Doing good. And so, it just kind of bothers you a little bit when, anybody will get all that interaction and sadness and, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. It's like, when's the last time you went there? When's the last time you shared one of their posts or interacted to help push? I mean, it's a fucking like, you know what I mean? Share it to your story, share it to this, share it to that. I don't know. And, we haven't been hit with, hey, you share our stuff too much. So obviously, we're not overdoing it every so often. But yeah, I mean, we review a beer of theirs damn near every week, or we go live and we're sitting there drinking a beer from 3 years ago from them. This beer's getting 4 years old or 3 years old. So yeah, I don't get it. It just, when I saw it, Lizzie showed me the video or whatever. She played it earlier. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And I was like, let me pull it up. And I saw it. I saw it. And I was like, you mother. I was like, it really did piss me off. Oh, well. Oh, let me drill that real quick. So, but yeah, that it really does suck. And you know what? They're not renewing their lease. Like I said, December 2nd is their last day. Get out there, grab you some beers to store in your fridge, to hide away. If they're still selling pizza, their pizza was so damn good. Like, dude, pepperoni and the jalapeno. Hey. Loved it. I'll be out there. Like, I'm probably going to pop out there. I don't know about this weekend, but I'm going to be there for the 2nd. So I will be there for the 2nd. If Alan has something that comes up, I think he said he has a sleepover or something like that. His kid's birthday, or I don't know what's going on. But if he can't make it, I'll probably bring the gear, and then I'll ask TJ to meet me out there to co-pilot with me and help me get through the night. But all the things that they've done for us and done for the community and done for, it sucks. It really does suck to see a great group of people, their dream dry up and die. So that's going to do it. See if you can get a keg. Can't get a keg. Yeah. I don't know. Well, shit. I mean, they got kegs. I'll find out. I'll find out. I'll find out for you. I'll see what I can do. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to go watch this show of a Sunday night game, which I'll be honest, looking forward to it. And like I said, I've been doing underdog here lately too, so I've got some crazy picks in there for tonight. But don't want to leave you on a sad note. Check us out. Hey, listen, Strikeout Beer live stream. I go live on Sundays, but it's not always planned. If I do, it's about 6:20 between the afternoon games and the late game or the night game. But as you see on the screen right here, live Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, we will be here. We got the beer exchange, the final beer exchange for Beermas. It's Drinksgiving, so it should be a little extra fun. Should be a little extra fun, and expect us to go live, especially in the backyard next to the fire. Have a little drink. If you're not part of the Patreon either, you should join it. You get extra bonus content, extra videos, shout outs, blah, 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 extra beer reviews, spicy topics as well. That's patreon.com/strikeoutbeer. And then also the SB Fantasy Football Podcast. I am working on doing more. Okay. I'm trying, damn it. So you guys have a wonderful evening. I'll see you. Catch y'all Wednesday. And maybe tomorrow night too. We'll see. We'll see what Alan's up to. And maybe we'll go live tomorrow night. I love y'all. I'm RD. I'm out of here. Adios. Thanks for listening to Strikeout Beer.